So this video is going to be the in-depth carburetor cleaning video. So in this video we'll show you how to pull apart this carburetor and clean the insides of it. So we start with a clean empty tray. We grab a socket for the bottom bolt of the float. We hold the whole carburetor, crack it loose. You can see there's stuff gummed up inside there. There's debris. So we'll go ahead and, oh, that's the O-ring we need. Pull this off. It doesn't look too bad. Alright, so now we will go ahead and pull the float off. It's pretty simple to do that. You just pull this pin out here, slide it out one side. Your needle and your float come out. The needle's the thing on the bottom metal piece. Then we're left with a couple holes here that probably have stuff in them. So we'll take a wire and go through all the orifices that we can find. So there's black gunk in this one passageway. So we'll take our starting fluid, which is also parts cleaner. We'll put it in through the fuel hole. Make sure these passageways are clean. We're going to take a flat, ow, that hurt a little bit, not gonna lie. Take a flat screwdriver if we have one, which we probably don't. We'll have to get one. Back. We got some paper towels. First thing we're going to want to do is clean up this edge of all this powdery buildup. I'm assuming this is ethanol damage. It's got this like cake around the edges that we really don't want in our engine. video's not going so hot. I'll admit that. All right. Let's clean this gunk out of the bowl that's in here. Take a clean paper towel, wipe it out. We're also gonna wipe this edge. That way it can seal, because with all this cake in here, it's not gonna seal. So go ahead and got all that out. It's looking way better. We'll take our gasket. We're gonna clean that up just by wiping it gently so we don't break it. Put our gasket back in. Like so. Now back to the carburetor. We're going to clean our bin out just because it's got stuff in it. Go ahead and tap that out. And we'll put all our parts back in so we don't lose anything. Just want to make sure you can blow through these passageways. And there's nothing obstructing them. Make sure there's no loose debris inside there. You want to get all the little gunk out, because otherwise it's just going to give you issues more later on. Alright, pretty much fully cleaned up here. Go ahead and just wipe the excess off. This plug here has a hole in it as well. Make sure this is clear because it's all caked up with gunk. Make sure we can blow through it. Alright, now we're pretty much ready for reassembly. The only thing I'm going to do is clean up this edge a little bit more, this white caked on gunk. That way there's a better seal. I'm pretty sure this is just like ethanol damage, which just turned to like this white powder. Even on the fuel line there's some corrosion / ethanol damage on the fuel line barb. I'll wipe that off. So it looks good to me. I'm happy with it. I want to get this little spot under here because this is what actuates the choke. So now we got it all cleaned off. We'll pretty much start reassembly. So we'll go ahead and take our needle, we'll put it on our float. We'll go ahead and stick that back in the hole. Put our pin back through. So So how this works is more or less when it has fuel in there, this is like a more or less the metering diaphragm. So the fuel lever more or less makes it, you kind of get the principle. It's like the float in the back of a toilet. Same concept. All right, so the needle and that's all put back in, that's cleaned. We can go ahead and reinstart our bowl. So we will put this back in here, line it up, good to go. Pop our cap back on. Our bowl, put our bowl back on. Now you make sure when you do this that you got a nice good seal with this gasket here. It's very important that this is tucked in all the way and you don't have any issues with it. This all needs to be airtight. So we'll go ahead and snug that up. It's brass, so you don't want to go too hard on it. So now we're fully cleaned, rebuilt, ready to go. There's no gunk anywhere. The last thing we're going to do is hold both of these plates open, and we're going to put cleaning starting fluid right through it. This way we know everything, including the plates on the inside, is spotless and clean. And there's no debris or gunk in there that's going to cause any issues. Once you clean it, you want to make sure it stays clean. So this carburetor is rebuilt, so we can go ahead and get this back on the machine. The only other thing we're going to do is clean up these plastics. So we'll go ahead and take these inside real quick with some degreaser and scrub these down. And then we'll get the carburetor put back on, and we'll be ready to go. But that's pretty much how you take the carburetor apart and rebuild it completely. The only thing left to do, like I mentioned, is to clean up these plastics. We're going to take these inside in the shop sink with some degreaser and get them all nice and spotless. That way when we put them back on, none of this debris will make its way back in the carburetor, and we'll be good to go. So thanks for watching. We'll go ahead and get this cleaned up, and we'll start reassembly in the next few minutes.